But would you not agree then that if a lot of Hispanic and black people and white people are all interracially marrying and having kids, that kind of every race is being genocided?
Let me demonstrate how that is disingenuous. The way it's disingenuous is that in commercial A, we see a white woman with a non-white guy. In commercial B, we see a white man with a non-white woman. In commercial C, we see white grandparents with non-white grandchildren. In commercial D, are you getting it yet? Are you getting it yet? There is something that's tying all of these together. And it's white people. It's the white race that is shown to miscegenate with non-white group after non-white group after non-white group. It isn't, say, for example, Jews shown to be miscegenating with Palestinians, or Jews to be miscegenating with blacks, Jews to be miscegenating with Koreans, Jews to be, no, that's not what's happening commercial after commercial after commercial. No, it's white woman, white man, white grandparents, white children, white boyfriend, white girlfriend, time and again. Can you be any more disingenuous? So and if it is, I'm sorry, if it's out of ignorance rather than animus and mendacity, then I apologize. If you can't put this together and you look at all of these commercials and you don't see that there's a thread tying all of them together, and then that is the white people that are being shown to miscegenate themselves out of existence. If you're missing that, and that's just because maybe it's an IQ function, then I apologize for saying that you were motivated by malice. So having said that, that speaks to your question. I am beyond sick and tired of anti-whites inflicting harm on my people. I'm beyond sick and tired of your pretexts as though those are your real motivations. So I will speak to all of them, though. Just don't expect that I'm going to handle you with kid gloves. Don't expect that I'm going to roll over like many others, even some in the white positive sphere, and certainly the CivNat sphere and the conservative sphere. Don't expect that from No White Guilt. Because I'm drawing a line in the ground. I'm throwing a gauntlet at your feet. And I'm saying, not one step more. I don't care what your excuse is. There is no outcome that is anti-white that I'm going to accept. No outcomes. I don't care what you say to arrive at that outcome. You know, all of their screaming and shouting is nothing but the squealing in pigs to my ears. That's all it sounds like. When they scream and they shout and they curse and they spit, it's just, to my ears, it just sounds like pigs squealing and snorting out in the mud, out in the mire. The braying of asses. That's all it sounds like to my ears. Not a single word, not a single mote of intelligence in anything they have to say. They're all just repeating this absolutely anti-white, meme pathogen nonsense over and over. And when you remove logic, and when you remove the ability to have a hypothesis and a null hypothesis to test things, when you remove these things from how Western civilization functions, and that's what they've done. When they say that there is such a thing as white privilege, structural racism, they've removed standards of proof. They give you nothing to take apart and say this doesn't exist. And when you do that, you lose civilization. Because it is the same thing to say as there is an invisible mule over there. And then I say, well, can I touch the mule? No, you can't touch the mule. You can't see it. You can't smell it. You can't, nothing at all, but the mule is there. That essentially is structural racism. There's no evidence for the mule. There's no testing for the mule. There's no null hypothesis. But the mule is there. That is structural racism, ladies and gentlemen.